Hello, everybody. Today we are going to talk about constellations. What are constellations? Constellations are a group of stars in a kind of formation. Formation. Formation is like kind of shape. Okay. So stars, when you link them together as a kind of line or something like that, they have some kind of shape or something like that. Okay. So you just attach a kind of line to it, and then after that it gives you like there are different kinds of shape. Okay, one is called first you have to understand what is a constellation is a group of stars. Okay, for identification. Usually, when you get into space, you want to identify some of the things. Identification is the thing like how to find out where you are located and things like that. Okay, so just like when you go to a particular road or something, like you have three or four branches, left, right, east and west and kind of things, and then you go and you get the direction correct. So like that only constellation is used mostly for directional purposes. Okay, and people have used it for quite a long time, and some of the constellations might contain some of the planets and other things. Okay, so you don't have to think everything is a star or something like that, or some of them might have even a galaxy. Okay, galaxies are also kind of uh, as a star cluster which have links to where the galaxies are and things like that. Okay, so some might be constellation was first created during early days just for identification purposes and other things. So first we have to find out what are the constellations. Constellations are things which are like different kinds of star clusters. So you can see the thing right here. Okay, one is called Scorpius. Okay, Scorpion or Scorpio. Okay, this is a star constellation. Okay, one is called a Scorpio or Scorpion or other kinds of star constellations. Okay, so sometimes they are called zodiac signs. They are called zodiac signs. Zodiac means what has something to do with astronomy and astrology and other things. Okay, zodiac is something to do with astronomy and astrology. So constellation usually have different kinds of names. Scorpius, then Cancer, then Libra, then you have uh, you have other kinds of constellations. So to look some of the constellations, you have to look into the sky because there are so much of stars in the sky, and you want to identify some of the stars because there's millions and millions of stars, galaxies, planets, and everything. So to identify some things, you have to first, look out all these constellations. Constellations are very useful thing, mostly for navigation purpose. Which directional purposes people use it for navigation when during night time in the sea and other things. Okay, or during the night time they want to do navigation and other things. They know. Okay, most of these constellations are dependent on time. Okay, some constellations might appear during early morning, or some constellations might be during night time, or mostly constellations are mostly visible in polar regions. Okay, usually especially north pole and south pole. South pole is the best place because it is tilted towards the sun, and it is almost like dark always there, and you can see the entire kind of thing spinning around kind of thing. So south pole is the very best place for kind of like looking at stars and other things. Okay, north pole is a little bit okay, but still they have, it's quite difficult. So constellations, when you mean it's Scorpius, what are the different kinds of Scorpius? Then let me find out what are the other things. Okay, uh, I write down constellations. Okay, let's search it. Okay, when what are constellations? Okay, constellations. Okay, types of constellations. Okay, they have different types of constellations also. Some of the star constellation. Why the question of kids' educational tone? Okay, so this we don't want. So constellations are a group of stars. Okay, so they have different kinds of groups and they form different kinds of forms. Okay, uh, if we go to Google, it will be better, I think. So I'm typing in names of constellations. Names of constellations is the kind of thing which you can find out what are the different kinds of names are there. Okay, what are the different shapes they look like when you have star clusters, star constellations, which you can use it mostly for identification, what kind of planets you can see and other things. So the best thing, right? These kind of things are very useful for kind of navigation, especially for within the world you can navigate using those things, and even if you go some kind of into space also, you can use those kind of constellations for navigation purposes, where the things are located and how far it is and things like that. Okay, I think it takes a long time. Google is very slow. Okay, anyway, so we don't want Google to come in. Okay, Google doesn't work. So anyway, so this is the kind of view of constellation history looks like. Okay, what this is called the Libra. This is called the Scorpion. This is called uh, okay. No, this is called a polar bear constellation. So there are other kinds of constellations which you can see. Okay, mostly identification is through how it is linked and how what kind of formation they have. Okay, so there are about 15 constellations you can see in the night sky. One is called Leo, one is called Bear, then you have Scorpio, then you have types of constellations also is there. Okay, so right now, so these are the kinds of things. Okay, Aquarius, Pisces, Sagittarius, Optimus, Scorpio, Libra, Elliptic, Virgo, Leo, Cancer, Taurus, and Gemini. Okay, so these are the kinds of things which are available. Okay, so when you see, look around the sun or to the earth, so these things form a kind of star formation from when the earth is spinning. You see all the constellation during the night sky. These kind of constellations are very useful. So this is a good picture, so you can see this how it is there. Okay, the stars, how far when the earth is spinning you can see. Okay, during yearly thing, or you can see where you can locate all these kind of constellations. Okay, so Taurus, you can view it during or night time when it is January or February. During that time, the constellation will be in the east. Okay, Taurus will be in the east during. Also, you can you can just take it if you go early in the morning and look towards the east. Okay, early that is before 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. Then you can look in the east. Then Taurus will be the first thing. Okay, that is during the month. You have to find out the year also. During that time only it will be available on the east. So it will be during I think it is April or May. So during that time it will have Taurus, and that will be towards the east. And when the earth rotates, then every for 2 hours or 1 hour you can see the new things. Okay, so Taurus will be the first one, then you will see Gemini, then you will see Cancer, then you will see Leo, then you will see Virgo, then you see Urban, and Scorpio. Scorpio during the midnight only you can see. Almost towards the midnight you can see. So if it is during the month of June or July or something like, or even August. Okay, Opilax and Sypherix, and what are the other things? Sagittarius and Aquarius and Aries. Okay, Aries, these are named after certain things. Okay, Aries means during the month of April or during windy conditions. So during the windy season, what is the windy season? Okay, you have summer, winter, spring, and another one autumn. Okay, so I think it is towards autumn. Okay, that is the seasonal thing. Okay, towards the autumn you can see Aries on the east. Okay, when you see early in the morning you can see the thing right in the east. Okay, and then it continues. Once the earth starts rotating, you can see all the things in different. So they have given names based on locational or year content and things like that. So each has got different names. One is based on shape, another one is based on kind of what time and things like that. Okay, aqua is something to do with rainy season. Aqua means water. Okay, so aqua is something to do the raining season. You can see Aquarius in the east. Sagittarius is something during uh, I don't know whether might be it's during winter or something like that. Okay, during winter time you can see it on the east or something like that. Okay, racing in the east and offsetting in the west. Okay, so that is the kind of thing. Okay, Virgo, Leo is normal. Okay, so these are the kinds of things which you have. Okay, to get a complete detail of how it looks like, what seasonal changes, what time you can have a look at it, those kind of things, when the earth rotates or spins, which will be at the beginning, whether it will be on the east or west or something like how, at what time also during the rotation of the year. So you have only 12 years, 12 hours gap. Within the 12 hours gap, you can see only part of the constellations. All the constellations won't be seen. Okay, all the things won't be seen. So you'll see only half of that. Okay, half of that during the night. Okay, though the earth is rotating, you can see only about 12 hours of the thing. Okay, we cannot see all the constellations during the night hours. So you have to wait another 6 months for the next set of constellations to be visible. Okay, so for 6 months, so a part of the constellation will be visible always, all the time, and that will be based on whether you're starting from east or west and things like that. Okay, so from that only you can do identification and other things. Now we get out of here. Now we go into another thing. Okay, so today we want to see how we can do comparative study. Okay, now what is a comparative study? When you have a star or a planet which is nearby and you're trying to focus it, okay, so you have first calculate the number of pixels of the screen. I know it's a high definition screen. High definition screen means you've got about 1080 megapixels. Okay, so if you compare the star with one pixel, okay, then if you do zoom it 10 times, then what is the thing you will get? So you get a dot that is 1 megapixel and you are zooming it 10 times. So you get 1000 megapixels as the size of the ratio. Okay, once you get 10x zoom, then you got what is the distance that you can calculate. So it is 10 times further away from a particular point. Okay, that is the kind of r to the power 10. Okay, r to the power 10. So some of the things might occupy 10 pixels or some of them might occupy 5 pixels based on what kind of things we have. Okay, so this thing is not that much visible, so we can just go out of it and then later we can come and see all the things, because I don't have a steady picture of certain things. So it is just for identification and other things. Okay, now I don't have constellations here, but I just took one of the planets. I think it is Jupiter or something like that. Okay, so I'm trying to focus, and it's very difficult because first thing you have air currents, then you have shaking of the camera and other things. Okay, and sometimes it might be hindering because of trees, clouds and other things. Okay, there are so many things which come in, so I'm trying to identify and put it right in the center so that you can have a look at it very clearly. Okay, I think it will be Jupiter or something like that. Okay, anyway, we get out of here. So once you have done with these things, then we go in here, and so now you know how to calculate. Okay, calculate the distances. Okay, number of pixels, and how to we zoom it 10 times and do the comparative study, and then you have the things coming in. Okay, let's so this is a brief introduction of what is the constellations, what are stars, what are galaxies and things like that. So galaxies I haven't shown you, but one day I'll show you where galaxies can be located. So first thing you have to know what are the constellations. About 12 zodiac signs. Okay, they use it for constellations. Okay, these things have been identified, and they have done it for quite a long time. They they have the record of all the things during seasonal changes and other things. That is how they identify some of the directions and some of the, how to navigate in in the during the winter time, which is the best time and things like that. Okay, so today we looked up some of the constellations, how to navigate where constellations are located, and then I don't have the real picture of the whole thing, but sometimes if you have some of the things, I'll show you some of the constellations in the star formation when the sky is very clear or something like that. So first time we have to identify which month. Okay, then you have to identify which month of the year, and then you have to identify which direction it will start coming in, and what kind of constellation you can see during that time, and how much time you can see up to 12 hours and things like that. So that during what time it will be seen, what part of the constellation you will be seeing. Okay, those kind of things. Okay, that is enough for today, I think. And some of the thing, how to zoom in, was zoom in as 10 cross or your 20x zoom, and then find out the distance. One is distance, another one is size. Size usually for planets is much easier for you to record, and for galaxies and other things, finding sizes is quite difficult because they are extremely far distance. Because distance depends, size and distance are some kind of correlated things, in the sense like if we have the same size on one bit further than nearer, then what happens, the size seems to be smaller. Okay, so that is the problem. So that is why we cannot judge something. Okay, so if everything is of equal size and something is further and something is front, you can easily see if it is further, then it will be looking smaller, and if it is closer, it will be looking bigger. And if you zoom in 10 times, then you can see that the distance between the similar looking objects is about 10 times further from the first object. Okay, that is the comparative kind of things you can do. So it depends on pixels. Okay, so if you have 1080 pixel, 1080 megapixel camera, then you have and you zoom it 10 times, then you can easily see how many number of pixels are there in the thing, and then you can find out the distance actually from the calculations and the size calculation. Okay, that must be enough for today. Tomorrow we will see some other how to find other kinds of things, and then see all the other things. Okay, that's all for today.